This is the overview of home cleaning service for COM 2009 Dream Team. I will first give you a brief introduction of the project and then we will have an overview of project specification. Our project is to design a home cleaning service management site for service provider with its customers as clients. Generally, the site shall be accessed by major internet browsers. The two user faces are designed customers and administrators. Users can either choose instant service without registering or choose account-based service to get access to the site. Two types of accounts are provided associated with the two user faces, customers and admins. A unique profile with personal settings will be created accordingly. For customer user faces, three major pages are created as listed: the service intro and the selection page, the booking page, and the payment page. After completion of booking and confirmation email will be sent. The customers hold the right to amend or cancel the booking no later than 24 hours before the booked time slot. After that, a reminder text or email will be sent. He shall also check and trace his own transaction history. Should the customer has any problems, our customer service representatives are glad to offer assistance through online chatting. For administrators, once logged in, he will be directed to System Control Panel, on which he may deal with all the orders and accounts. Changes on the sites will alert the admin notifications to be sent to the admin. Besides, the admin enjoys the right to update the whole site.
For the human-computer interaction, also known as HCI part, we did 6 competitor analysis, 1 interview, 2 personals, 1 scenario, 4 use cases, and 1 essential use case. We found 6 competitor websites that offer similar functionalities to compare their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. We conducted an interview with the supervisor playing 2 design roles. One is a tech-savvy person, but not an internal developer of the company. The other one is a middle-aged person who only has basic computer skills. We prepared a series of semi-structured interview questions, recorded the whole process, and transcribed audio to the scripts. Afterwards, 2 personals were created based on the interview. They are brought to life with names, characteristics, goals, and a personal background. A full scenario was detailed on the basis of one of the personals. To understand different users' needs and specify the HCI requirements, we created 4 user cases: an older, non-tech first-time customer, a busy businessman who used our service and already has an account, a person who is really satisfied with our service, a young prospective buyer of our services. One essential use case was created based on the use cases. It has user intentions with corresponding system responsibilities.
The use case analysis is an essential part of the design and functionality of any system, as it spans the elaborated phases in order to identify system requirements by reviewing the activities of actors who interact directly with the system. It comprises mainly of the domain model diagram, the use case listing, the use case diagram, and the use case specifications in the following subsections. The domain model diagram for the system includes all the system's basic functions and graphically represents the problem domain. It is derived from the requirement specifications. The concept of the use case analysis below involves 4 main actors, mainly the user or client, the administrator, the customer service representative, and the system. The use case performs more basic functions and has limited access to system operations. The administrator, on the other hand, has full access to system features and has access to use cases such as use case number 4, removing an order from the database. After the identified activities have been written down, the team reviewed and came up with the following use case list as presented here. This use case listing above was later transcribed into the use case diagram. This use case diagram provides a simple and clear visual representation of the user's interaction with the system, at the same time describing the specifications of a use case. For the use case specifications, I've chosen to elaborate one particular use case in this video. Firstly, the use list specifications is vital as it allows users and administrators where necessary to load all the services from a database as presented to the actor. Basically, The user or client navigates to the services link on the home page, and he or she will be presented with the full list of services offered as sorted by category with a drop-down menu for more information. There are no preconditions, postconditions, nor alternative flows.
The object-oriented process was split into two parts, namely analysis and design. For object-oriented analysis, first of all we took the problem statement, which was generated after having conducted research into existing websites that offered a similar service and by looking at the common problems and challenges faced in website design today, such as touchscreen-friendly interfaces. Following on from this, the problem statement was used to move on from the traditional data or functional view of systems to a more design-based model. To convert the text within the problem statement to a model, all nouns and verbs were identified and highlighted. From this, the potential classes and/or class attributes were extracted, and a table was generated containing only the necessary specifications required for the analysis design procedure. Using this table, an analysis class diagram in UML was created to show the relationship between the classes and also which attributes and operations belong to which classes.
The class diagram is a view into a model, describes modeling elements and their relationships, and which attributes and operations belong to the different classes. The design was divided into two parts, front end and the back end. The manager and the administrator represent the user and make specific queries through the front end, which is the FAQ item classes. And then the backend session, which is the FAQ list class, will process the information. Here is the class diagram. The circle at the top of the system controller represents the user interfaces to the system. As is seen in the class diagram, most classes have a list class associated with them, which will store respective class objects in a Java container. In this case, it's the array list. These lists are all linked to a system controller, which will be able to perform actions on the object and their lists through method calls. The GUI is linked to this system controller, which links the system logic to the user face.
Here's a sequence diagram showing the process flow of logging in, the ordering sequence, the signing up sequence, as well as the browsing sequence.
Here's the Balsamiq mockup for the home cleaning service. This is the home screen with each of the major components of the app divided into tabs at the top. New users are immediately directed to the two large arrows that offer either booking a one-time cleaning or creating an account, while previous users will know to first log in at the top right to their account. So let's pretend we're a new user and want to create a new account. Here, new users will find all the forms to fill out for creation of a new account, including payment preferences, and the new users can also check out a list of services offered after creating a new account. Services are divided up by categories into subcategories for descriptions and images. There's also a custom link button for users that want to create a custom cleaning package. Now let's look at how the admin page differs from the normal users. The admin has access to various systems and business performance charts. He or she also has access to management of employees, bookings, FAQ adjustments, etc. after they log in. If a customer wants to view his bookings, he just goes to his account and clicks here. Then here, the user has a list of all of his bookings that he can edit, as well as a full calendar view for convenience. After cleaning service, the customer can leave feedback here by going to the feedback tab. The form will be automatically filled out with the most recent cleaning time and made, and the user can leave feedback in the text box. Users can also check a list of maids along with ratings and reviews that previous customers have left.
Booking a cleaning without an account is a straightforward process. First, the user clicks on Schedule a Cleaning. Then the user selects the services he wants, the date of service using the calendar, and the time of service using the drop-down menu. The user can also enter in special comments and requests. Here, the user enters his personal information, including email and phone number, and then his credit card information. We added a 2-minute time limit to complete this page for security reasons. On a later iteration, it occurred to us that during one of the scenarios, the user could not complete the form in 2 minutes, so we added the Extend Time button. The non-registered user has an opportunity at this screen to save these details into an account. We made sure to add this option at the end so if the user changes his mind and wants to make an account, he does not have to retype all his personal information again. After choosing Submit, the user is given a confirmation email of his booking. Booking a cleaning with an account is even easier. First, the user enters his email and password to log in. After logging in, the user selects Book a Cleaning. The user has the option of renewing a previous service or starting from scratch like the non-registered user. His payment information is also saved so the user can book quickly without having to retype it. If a user wants to find answers about the service, he can simply click on the FAQ tab from the homepage. This page lists common questions and answers and is a great source of information. If the user is unable to find the answer to his question, he can use the live chat feature by clicking on the button on the bottom right. A chat box will pop up and the user will be connected with the next available service representative. We also chose to implement a mobile version of the site for access on the go. An unregistered user can create an account, book a service, look at the services offered, or look at feedback. After logging in, the mobile web app lets you manage bookings and edit your profile. Booking a cleaning on a mobile is similar to the desktop version. Simply click on Booking a Cleaning, and then select your services and the date and time.
Evaluating the past semester of work, there was a lot of successes and a few rough areas. The biggest success was how well the team worked together. All the members did what they needed to do, and it was a truly collaborative effort. We were able to stick to the goals we set up for each week, and as a result, can complete the final delivery without spending an unproportionate amount of time at the end. Using Dropbox as a repository was greatly beneficial as everyone had access to the latest copies of work immediately, and there wasn't multiple versions floating around in emails. We dealt with a new member, Li Sheng, joining halfway through, and he did an excellent job of catching up and started contributing immediately. As with any projects, we had some rough patches. As we were learning a lot of new information every week in classes, it was critical for our team members to keep up with the lecture notes, and there were a few times when members needed to be reminded gently. Another issue we ran into was assigning deliverables that relied on one another to separate members. This resulted in some members not being able to do their assigned task for that week until another member finished his or hers. Finally, due to the amount of examples posted on Moodle, it was unclear what was expected other than core diagrams. For example, the sample reports online had a lot more in-depth work than we were required to do. As for final thoughts, it was a change of pace moving from small individual or partner projects to a large 8-member team-wide project that I think accurately emulated how the majority of things are done in the real world. Rather than focusing on just development, starting from scratch helped bring up issues we would have run into had we just started coding the website, such as class conflicts and features. Finally, while UML is sort of difficult to understand, it would help immensely had we had to actually code the project. Overall, we all enjoyed working together and it was a great learning experience.